What's up, everybody? Captain Leroy here, and welcome back to the Rainbow Six Siege Armory. Today we're going to be looking at the GSG9 German squad, which consists of Jaeger, IQ, Blitz, and Bandit. Going to be going over each operator's loadout and their special abilities, so let's get started. Starting off with Jaeger, his primary weapons are going to consist of the 416C Carbine, which is an assault rifle. It's got 45 damage, pretty standard as far as assault rifles go. And I prefer to use this one because the only other primary weapon that he has is the M870 shotgun. And to be honest, I've never used the M870 shotgun. I've seen people use it. I don't see a lot of people use it though. You know, it's a shotgun. You're not going to have a lot of range because it's a shotgun. It's also pump action. So I prefer to go with the carbine just so that I can get, you know, range and accuracy. For sidearms, he's got the P12 handgun, and that's the only sidearm that he has, so no real variation there. As far as gadgets go, you're going to be looking at a deployable shield and barbed wire. You've heard me talk in other videos about operators that I think are essential to achieving victory, and I think that Jaeger is one of these operators because his special ability is going to be, he's going to have multiple devices that you can set down, that you can place on walls or on the floor, and what they're going to do is anytime a projectile is thrown into the rooms, most specifically a grenade is thrown into the room, it's going to get eviscerated immediately, depending on the field of range. That's why you have 3 of them, is because they're limited by their fields of range, but they're extremely useful. So anytime somebody throws a grenade in this room, it's just not going to go off. The same goes for when Fuse uses his multi-grenade special ability. It can block all of those given the right, you know, circumstances. So that's why Jaeger is definitely one to keep in mind. He's got a great assault rifle, and his ability is definitely one that you don't want to be without. Next up is IQ's loadout. IQ's going to have the AUG A2 assault rifle, which is pretty much her primary, but she has 3 primary assault rifles, which are really awesome, and 1 light machine gun. The 5.52 Commando is also a really good one to use. She doesn't really have any bad weapons. You know, it all depends on what sight you use as far as like scopes and things like that that you would want. The light machine gun, the G8A1, is pretty devastating, but the damage is not as high as say the AUG. But you're looking at way more capacity and a higher fire rate and things like that. As far as sidearms go, she's got the P12 handgun. And that's about it. I put a suppressor on it. And as far as gadgets are concerned, you're going to have a breach charge and a stun grenade. IQ's special ability is going to be her electronic detector. There's some kind of special name for it. I can't really remember what it is. It's like Scorpion something or another. But basically what it does is if someone has a trap on a door, or if someone threw some C4 and it's in a spot that you can't see, IQ's going to use her device and she's going to be able to spot it. So without even having to guess on where things are, you can just take stuff out. So pretty useful in a tight situation, and very useful if you're working as a squad and you can communicate. She'll make sure that, you know, you don't get surprised by any kind of explosives or traps or things like that. Moving on to Blitz, very simple loadout. All he's got is his flash shield and his sidearm, and he's also got smoke grenades if you decide to use those, and a breaching charge. The main thing you're going to be using is the shield, because that also doubles as his special ability. I have died many times at the hands of Blitz, because people who know how to use Blitz can win games, man. I mean, it's crazy. This is probably what you're about to see is my best run as Blitz, because normally, I don't know, people just know how to shoot me. I'm not really sure. The best possible way that you can play as Blitz is to be crouched, because your shield doesn't cover your entire body. You need to protect your legs. And his special ability, of course, is going to be his flash shield. So anytime you hit that button, you get 5 flashes. You can just blind the enemy. So you can see that guy had no idea what happened. So it works pretty much like a flash grenade. So if you have a flash grenade and a smoke grenade, or your flash shield and your smoke grenade, you know, combined can make pretty deadly outcomes. So working with your team, being the shield guy, going in first, flashing people before everybody gets in there, can pretty much win you the game. So very important key player when it comes to winning the objective. Coming on to the last loadout of the video is going to be for Bandit, which he's going to have the MP7 submachine gun, which I really enjoy. I really like using it. And he's also going to have the M870 shotgun, the pump action. And like I said before, I don't really use it, so I can't really comment on it. As far as sidearms go, he's going to have the P12 handgun, which is pretty popular among the GSG9 folks. And for gadgets, you're looking at barbed wire and nitro cell. So pretty good loadout and really good operator in the right circumstances. One of my favorite parts about using Bandit is using his special ability, which is like this car battery looking thing that you hook up to metal objects to electrify them. So barbed wire, you could pick that as one of his gadgets. You set it down and then you could hook it up to electrify it. So if a drone gets in there, it'll be destroyed. Someone stands on it, it's going to do damage to them. Same thing with reinforced walls. You put that wall up, you don't want people like thermite, you know, coming in to breach it. You can electrify it. So anytime he puts something on there, it's going to shock him and do damage. And pretty much, you know, I've died many times at the hands of electrified walls. Do they have hands? I don't know. One of the things you can do with his barbed wire and electrify it is put it around the hostage, so that way people can't get to it without taking damage. And more than likely, by the time they get to the hostage, they'll probably be downed with the amount of damage that it does. Just something to keep in mind. And that's going to bring us to the end of another Rainbow Six Siege Armory video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this series. I've enjoyed making it. So let me know if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next video.